Hi there, Monarch Oracle here. This is Thursday, August the 11th, 2022. This is your daily pick a card reading, and today we are going to be using the Moonology deck by Yasmin Bolin. I've never used two cards from this deck in a reading, so I want to see how it's going to work out. So let's give it a go. All right, everybody, close your eyes, clear your mind. Think of a question or topic you would like an answer on for today. And then when you feel ready, go ahead and open up your eyes and pick from one of the three piles. So we have the green, white agate. We have the rose quartz, and then we have the bloodstone that actually looks a little green on the camera today. Okie dokie. So pick your pile. And let us get started. If you chose the bloodstone, just have to move this out of the way. If you chose the bloodstone, your cards are, you and your loved ones are safe, new moon in Cancer, really important card, especially in these times where there's so much violence around and unrest, civil unrest. So it's good to know that you are in a safe place and everyone around you is also safe. The second card is, don't let your past hold you back. Now, the South Node in astrology deals with your past life. The North Node deals with your future life. So I'm getting from this combo that there might have been some fear in the past about, insecurity. It could be financial insecurity, emotional insecurity, psychological insecurity, and that these are feelings and concepts that are no longer useful for you. I know that I have suffered from this in the past, where I grew up in New York City. It was very violent at the time when I was growing up. It's much safer now, even though it's not 100% safe. But it was really, really pretty gnarly when I was a teenager. And so there are parts of me that have like this somatic defense system. I know that for many years I couldn't allow anybody to touch me that I didn't see because I thought I was being attacked, because that's what it was like when I was a teenager. And it took me a really long time to get rid of that somatic response, because I no longer live in that kind of an environment and that kind of situation. By and large, I'm pretty safe where I am. And so I had to let go of that reactiveness. And I think that's what this is addressing for the bloodstone readers, or pile. Let it go and know that you are safe. And know that everything is okay, and that you've got a really strong emotional support system. Alrighty? Okay, that's a pretty good reading. If you chose the rose quartz, your cards are, they're sticking, I apologize. Your hard work is paying off. All right. And the second card is a time for healing. The balsamic moon. I keep thinking about balsamic vinegar. Sorry. New moon in Capricorn. Capricorn is the most earthbound of earth signs. So it means you're very, very stable in what's going on right now. So whatever you had been planning and working on, it is totally the right thing to have done. And it's all going to work out. It's paying off. And once you have that stability in your life, you will be able to take a breath and really allow yourself some emotional healing. No matter who you are, or where you live, or what's been happening to you, the last 2 years have been probably the most challenging in our lifetimes, because of COVID, because of the isolation, because of having to work remote. A lot of people lost their jobs for a period of time. I mean, I don't need to go into it. These have been very, very trying times for us as a world, not even as a country, as a world. So it's saying that whatever you've been doing, however you've been working on keeping yourself stable and current and vital, is paying off. And now you can start to take a deep breath. Now you can start to give yourself a little bit of space to relax and to allow yourself to kind of process everything that's gone on in the last 2 years. I mean, it's like I said, it's a lot. I know that I am trying to find a space for healing. I think it's really important for us psychologically and spiritually to give ourselves time to really kind of go over what's happened to us and to allow ourselves to kind of take a breath, relax, and to just heal. Very powerful reading. Pile number 2, if I could only speak. Pile number 3, the green and white agate. Communication is key, and a win-win outcome is forecast. Oh my goodness. Two cards that couldn't be better placed together. All right, so what I'm getting is you could be in a negotiation. This could be on a personal level, like in a relationship. You might be at a point where you really have to talk about what your needs are. Or if this is career, then you're really going to need to speak your mind in your work setting to let the people that surround you, your coworkers, know how you're feeling and what your needs are. It's interesting because the work environment has changed so dramatically. So many people are now working remotely. If they're not working remotely, they have hybrid schedules where they're home some of the time, they're in the office some of the time. Because of the Great Resignation and the fact that unemployment is so low, employers really have to negotiate with employees more than they ever had, because people who are working now have a completely different view of where their values are. You know, family is number one now. A solid home life is number one now. And people will walk away from a job if that's not happening. So employers are by and large, are much more open to listening to employees' needs now, which is why communication is the key. And also in relationships. You know, relationships have taken a hit during COVID. Being with a partner 24/7 can either make you closer or completely tear you apart. And if it makes you closer, it means that you have to really negotiate personal space and boundaries with your partner. So again, communication is key. A win-win outcome is forecast. I think people are a lot more receptive now to negotiation because we see how important it is. Because so many people, going back to the work situation, have walked away from jobs, have walked away from their career, have basically retired and decided that they want to do something completely different, even if that is just being a homebody, like just a full-time parent. If they have the ability to do that, a lot of people have done that because of the stress and the strain of what's happened in the last couple of years. So if this is a work question, please know that so long as you present your situation in a very clear manner, without judgment, without aggression, that it will be heard and people will work with you to make your work environment more beneficial to you. In terms of relationships, if you're not in a position with your spouse or your partner where you guys have open and clear communication with each other, maybe this is a reading to let you know that if you can do that, and there's lots of ways of doing that. You can get a mediator, you can get a therapist. There's lots of online courses about communication. Once that happens, yes, everything is salvageable. Everything will come to a positive end if you go in feeling that there's a win-win outcome present and possible. Okay? That's a great reading. That's what I have for today. Please place your comments below, subscribe, share my channel, like my videos, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.